A journey begins with one small step. It doesn't matter how hard you hit, whether you win or lose. What matters is that you have a common goal. And to reach that goal, it takes a band of brothers acting as one. Every week, we come together to witness these gladiators of the gridiron pour their heart and soul onto the field. This is Wendy's Friday Night Rivals on MyTV WQMY.
Welcome inside Shikellamy Stadium in Sunbury, where two old river rivals are set to battle for the 56th time. It's Selinsgrove and Shikellamy. Good evening, everyone. I'm Bob Ide. Tonight, we're in the Heartland Conference, and joining me topside in the booth from PAFootballNews.com, Chris Kaharski. And Chris, there's a lot of great rivalries around the state, but these two teams, when they play, it's right up there.
Yeah, familiarity is great with rivalries like this. They all know each other. The kids know each other. They play against each other their whole lives. Coaches, of course, are very familiar as well. You get together. It's a community thing, too. Both communities will have a strong following tonight. A lot on the line, a lot of bragging rights on the line. And it's a conference game, and who knows, it might end up being a district game like last year as well.
Selinsgrove comes in right where they expected them to be, undefeated, 3-0. Our Plaza House Furniture player of the game is their quarterback, Logan Libby.
I mean, Logan's been an amazing player here in Selinsgrove, and he's one of the best quarterbacks in the state. He's been a leader since his freshman year. They handed him the ball, and he has grown every year. Decision-making, athleticism, Logan does it all. He does it all for the Seals, and he's the one who's going to lead them to a district title if they get that far, and maybe even further in states.
The Braves rebounded after losing to Mount Carmel with a big win over Central Mountain last year. They've changed things up on their offense. Our other Plaza House Furniture player of the game is now their quarterback, Gabe Tilford.
Yeah, this kid's a football player. I mean, he's been a running back his whole life, and his father's a coach, so he's got the football smarts, but he made him the quarterback this year. He thought it was what's best for the team, and of course, he followed right in. He bought into it. He's still learning on the job a little bit, but because he's such a good football player and athlete, those mistakes get negated by the things he can do on the field. So I'm looking forward to the quarterback matchup tonight. It's very interesting because they're two very different types of quarterbacks.
So when we come back, we'll have the opening kick, the starting lineups. It's Selinsgrove and Shikellamy next.
This is Friday Night Rivals on MyTV WQMY.
We are back in Sunbury. Selinsgrove taking their field in the white uniforms, and here come the Braves, the home team in the maroon uniforms, and we are ready for the 56th meeting between these two river rivals. The third member of our crew, as I mentioned, is Erin Dugan, and she's got a little more information on this rivalry. Erin?
Yeah, Bob, it's been a fun rivalry over the last few years. Last year, interesting in particular because they split the series. Shikellamy won during the regular season. Selinsgrove would go on to win in the playoffs. Before that, Selinsgrove, they had Shikelamy's number. But, Bob, there's a good chance these two teams could meet again in the playoffs.
That's right, Erin. District 4 4A, 4 teams make it. Last year they met as well. So we are set for football here. Aiden Cooper with the kick, and we are underway. Taken from the 11-yard line. Nyland brings it up, and that's where we'll see the Seals of Selinsgrove right about the 29. Here are your Toyota starting lineups. Logan Libby's changing number tonight. Ricky Cope is out. That's his best friend, the wide receiver, so he's changed his number to number 6. Good wide receiver crew, 4 in there most of the time, and up front there's a lot of experience on that offensive line. They're not big, but they are very athletic. So Libby comes out in the shotgun. You see 3 wideouts, Chris to the right, and we'll see this formation most of the evening. Selinsgrove averaging 40 points in the first 3 games. Kahn hit behind the backfield. Holds on to the ball, maybe 2 yards at best. The Seals, 451 yards total per game this season. Most of that through the air, as you might expect, 343. They do run to keep you honest, 107 yards per game. flag comes down from the other side.
One thing Coach Tilford said in his pregame interviews is that they want to switch up.
Offense, 5-yard penalty, second down.
They want to switch up their defense, mix the coverages up. Leiby's such an experienced quarterback. If you keep throwing the same thing out there defensively, he's going to pick that apart. So watch for a lot of different fronts, a lot of different matchups in the secondary. He's familiar with what Selinsgrove does, so he's going to try to mix things up and confuse Leiby as much as possible.
Leiby needs 4 more yards through the air to get to 1,000 for this season. Plenty of time. They say it's a catch. It's picked up. Caught by Nyland, picked up by Inch. Referees say it's a completion, so it's a good 18-yard gain.
Jared Inch in the right place at the right time. This is a, actually I'm going to say it's incomplete. I think that's a good call, Bob. He got 1 foot down in the very good hit in the secondary. So Shikellamy comes out with some physical play. And now it's 3rd down.
This is the spot the defense wants them in most of the evening, 3rd and long. Leiby to the near side. Catch is made by Nyland. And right at the first down marker, gain of 15, right at the 39. Here now your Toyota Shikellamy defense. Lyles gets the start, big game last week up front. Linebacker crew, very good. Krieger in there, 23 tackles. And in the secondary, they'll be tested tonight. The senior free safety, Kronkowski, has a lot of experience.
Well, you needed 14, you got 14. That's a pretty good pattern there. Actually looked like decent coverage by Lucas Tilford. He just didn't put his hands up in time to try to knock the ball down. So a 1st down for Selinsgrove despite the penalty on that series of downs.
4-man rush. Taken down quickly by Bingaman. No gain.
That's a nice play by Evan Bingaman. Watch him fire in through the gap here and come up and make a nice fundamental tackle. Wrapped him up, brought him down, no gain on the play. Or maybe they'll give him half a yard, but that's just a good defensive play. Looks like somebody had either an equipment problem or blood on the jersey. Had to take one of the Seals out of the game.
So Seals still in business. There's a tight end in there, 3 wideouts. Another flag comes in, maybe some movement again up front. Second flag on this series.
Start, offense, 5-yard penalty, second down.
So Chris, maybe a little nerves or something.
What you're seeing, though, is you're seeing Shikellamy moving around a lot on the line of scrimmage. They have some players in the up position, some players in a 3-point stance, Bob. The guys who are up are faking the rush in, and I think they're making this line of Selinsgrove, which, again, is inexperienced. Only 1 returning starter from last year, and the rest of them are getting their 4th game under their belt, and I think that's affected them a little bit.
Munoz, the only defender in the 4-point stance. I should say Isaiah Inch, 54. And a timeout called by Selinsgrove. So we talked about Logan Leiby in the pregame. Let's continue that conversation, Chris. There's his career stats. He passed Bryson Musina, who was one of the best ever here, but completions and career touchdowns also going to be records now at Selinsgrove.
Yeah, he's put an amazing career together, and to have trust in him to play as a freshman. I mean, you're not going to get these kind of records unless you play usually 4 years, but Leiby from the start, Selinsgrove knew what they had, and he's a fine football player. He's getting a lot of looks from some FCS schools. Georgetown likes him, and he's going to go play football somewhere at the next level. He's not big, he's not tall, he's about 5'11", but, again, sometimes that's overrated, especially if you're a quarterback who knows how to play the position. Logan Leiby is the epitome of a quarterback.
Wearing number 6 instead of his usual 18 tonight. Ricky Cope, their second leading receiver, is out with an injury. So we asked the coach just today if he could wear his number in honor of his best friend, And Coach Hicks said yes. Libby on the roll. Nice spiral to the outside. He's going to pick up about 10 on the play.
That was Kerstetter coming back to the football. That's a nice route by him. And good fake by Libby on the play action. Lyles got fooled on the play and holding on to the ball after another big hit by the Shikellamy secondary. Still going to bring up a third down, Bob. They're going to have to convert here, or they might be forced to give the ball up.
Kerstetter on the catch. First year out. He's a basketball player for 3 years, but he decided his senior year he would take to the football field. Big third down for the Shikellamy defense. 5-man rush. Picked off, intercepted by Gabe Tilford. Braves ball.
Well, this is scheme right here too, Bob. Give Coach Tilford and his defensive staff credit. Everybody's where they're supposed to be. Right out in the flat. Libby just didn't see him, I think. But that's because he was expecting maybe something different defensively, and give Tilford credit. Right in the hands it went. Big turnover by the Seals on their first possession. And yeah, you can see it right there. Tilford turned and ran, and great job by the Shikellamy defense, and they have the ball in good field position.
Tilford's third INT. Here you see it again, Chris. You talked about it.
They actually look at 3 Shikellamy players in that area.
So here comes the new offense for Shikellamy. Tilford, the quarterback. Quick run up front here. Now your Toyota starters for the Braves. Folk, very good back there. He was suspended last week. Good wideouts now. That's one of the reasons they've gone to this spread offense. And up front, they're young, just a couple of starters back, but they're playing pretty good here, at least early on. So Tilford going to get the play from the sidelines. And again, you see some of the players holding up some signs, Chris, and the new look offense. See if they can get that going. Third and long coming up.
One thing, again, they're going to use a lot of, ball fakes and things like that. Try to keep Selinsgrove off balance. But going back to the play selection, one thing Coach Tilford said, not just they want to run the spread, they like the no huddle. They think that's going to give them an advantage this year.
Tilford not really a good passer, but he finds his brother, Lucas, still on his feet. Touchdown, Shikellamy. It's a Plaza House Furniture touchdown, and the Braves take a 6-0 lead.
And this is just a beautiful play, brother and brother. First of all, the play action, perfect throw by Gabe, and then watch the broken tackles. Great play by Lucas. He wanted that end zone. He got that end zone, and again, when Selinsgrove sees the film on that, I think there's going to be a lot of heads turning the other way and not wanting to look at Coach, because that was some poor tackling by the Seals.
Gittins on for the extra point. The freshman kicks, and it is no good. So the 39-yard touchdown pass stays on the board, and Shikellamy leaves Selinsgrove 6-0. So after the kickoff, it's picked up, and the Seals will have it at their own 11-yard line.
Yeah, great kick. It kind of looked like it was going out of bounds. Nyland thought it was going out of bounds. Finally, it just died right near the sideline, so he didn't get much of a return. And Seals trailing will have to start with their backs against their own goal line.
But this is an explosive offense. They could strike very quickly. Kahn almost broke it. Coming up, Mercado to trip him up.
Interesting, Selinsgrove. Again, trying to establish that run, Bob. They don't want to be pass, pass, pass. You mentioned keeping Shikellamy honest. Just a little foot tackle, ankle tackle there. Otherwise, could have been a bigger gain for Kahn.
Three-yard gain. Livy surveying. Outside the nylon, nice catch up to the 33, knocked out of bounds.
Nice job by Nyland holding on that football. Again, taking a big hit from Krenkowski in the secondary. But that's a look at the tight spiral by Logan Libby. Perfectly thrown pass away from the secondary that time. No chance for the defender to make a play, although give Krenkowski credit, big hit at the end. Shikellamy definitely laying the wood here early in this first quarter.
23-yard gain. Nyland just a sophomore. Plenty of time. Libby can run. And the big quarterback up past the first down marker. Give him 11.
And obviously, people don't think of Libby as a runner, but yeah, one key definitely, we saw that. We've seen this here early. They're trying to make sure that they can keep Shikellamy honest. Joe Kahn between the tackles. Haven't had much success yet, so they're going to have to keep trying to break one maybe.
2 quick first downs, and suddenly the Seals are on the 45. Try Kahn again. Slips down, but he's inside Braves territory. Gain of 8.
That's a play a lot of teams like to run out of the spread, the kind of the freeze option. The quarterback has a choice. Stick it right in the belly of Kahn here. He decides to give it to him. There's some room there this time. They seal the edge nicely, and actually he slips there. Otherwise, maybe another 3 or 4 yards after contact for Kahn.
Yeah, we did have a brief rain shower right before kickoff, so the field a little bit slippery. Four-man rush. Libby checks it down. And he's up inside the 40. Good gain. Another first down for Selinsgrove.
Libby didn't see anything like downfield, so again, using his legs, and this is what the competitor part of it. Watch him here. He knows he's got the first down at this point, but he doesn't go down. He tries to get some more yardage, and a lot of quarterbacks, the coach will say, hey, get down, don't get hurt, don't get hit. Not with Logan Libby. He's going to go down and try to get as many yards as possible, and a nice gain there to get the first down and more.
Shikellamy's defense coming in, averaging 19.3 points given up per game. Been stretched a little bit this season. Kahn, an extra 5 near the 30, gain of 8.
Well, again, if you watch the replay on this, Bob, the ends are so far upfield, they don't have a chance to make a play. So it's going to be up to the guys in the middle, in between the tackles, like we had the graphic for. They're going to have to make those plays. Because right now, you're seeing the defensive ends come upfield and the runners pass them before they could even get any pursuit.
Kahn again. Up near the first down. Think he'll be about a half-yard short.
Bingaman did a nice job to wrap up his legs that time. Not as much room to the left side. And I think you're right, Bob. They are a yard short. They're going to go quickly here, though.
Libby underneath center. Big push from his center, and quarterback up near the 26. Another first down. So remember, this drive started at the Seals 11-yard line, and it hasn't taken them many plays to get inside Braves territory.
That was a nice push up front by Adam Ritter, Nate Schoen, Blaze Iders, Trey Bainey, and Keith Drees. They really moved the line of scrimmage that time. An easy quarterback sneak for Libby.
Libby out to Nyland again, up near the 11. They're going to say it's a good catch from the sophomore. Another first down, gain of 15.
The routes are so crisp by the Selinsgrove wide receivers. Libby lays it right in there. Again, you can see the outstretched arm of Josh Krieger. He just gets there a little bit late, but we're in the red zone now for Selinsgrove for the first time tonight.
And this red zone brought to you by Plaza House Furniture. Selinsgrove looking to possibly take the lead. Kahn didn't get the block. No gain on the play.
Nice job by Joey Folk to come up from his cornerback position to make that tackle. And really a short gain that time for Joe Kahn.
Under 4 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Four-man rush. No one open. Libby's going to try to get to the end zone. It's batted down and almost intercepted by Evan Bingaman. He got two hands on it.
Yeah, Libby, a little bit of a risky pass as there was good coverage on the play. He's gotten a couple of these in between gaps early, but good coverage by Bingaman, and they almost had their second turnover forced of this first quarter.
Libby's first incompletion of this drive. So the Seals still now in the Plaza House Furniture red zone. Let's see if the Braves want to send extra people. Libby has room to run. Tucks it in. Easily trots in, and we're tied at 6. That's a Plaza House Furniture touchdown by Logan Libby.
And if you watch this play, Bob, it's to the short side of the field, and all of the defensive backs for Shikellamy are so worried about the receivers, they forget about Libby. There's a ton of room over there. In fact, it looked like they actually took a glance, and Libby was waiting for somebody to come up and play him. Finally just says, I'll just take it in myself. You see all the Braves over in that corner of the end zone, but they're just too worried about the pass.
On for the extra point. It's up and through. And Selinsgrove marches 89 yards in 12 plays, and they take a 1-point lead over Shikellamy.
We're the Selinsgrove cheerleaders, and you're watching Friday Night Rivals on MyTV WQMY.
So Selinsgrove strikes quickly back as Glos kicks it off. Lucas Tilford takes it, and he's up to the 31-yard line. Bob-eyed, Chris Kaharski. We're inside the Sunbury Motors press box. Chris in the red. I just put my hand up, and there you see up top. On the left side, you have Shikellamy. All the way to the right, you have the Selinsgrove coaches.
Well, one thing Shikellamy has not done so far is keep Logan Libby off the field. The defense for Shikellamy has been on the field a lot. Now, the good news is they did stop him on the one drive, forced a turnover, got good field position, and scored a touchdown. But that's one thing Coach said before the game. They have to control the ball a little bit, too. Give their defense a break, because we saw what Libby did, a 12-play drive. Defense is going to get tired quickly if we have a lot of 12-play drives.
So Tilford up for a couple, maybe 3.
Nice job on the tackle that time. I think that was Adam Ritter for the Seals who got Tilford's ankle.
Tilford flies that one over, and we know he's not a real prolific passer. We'll take a quick look at the Toyota defensive starters. Back to the 3-5 goes Selinsgrove. Went 3-4 last year. Very good up front. And there's those 5 linebackers that Coach Hicks likes to play. And in the secondary, some experience back there. A couple of seniors and a junior. So let's talk about Tilford passing. So that one over his head. That's going to be a hard pass for a guy who really hasn't thrown the ball during his high school career.
Yeah, like we said in the pregame, he's a running back. He's been a running back his whole life. And his father, the coach, said to him, listen, we need you to be quarterback this year. It's best for the team. He didn't hesitate. Gabe said, I'll do what's best for the team. And, yeah, he's going to struggle at times. But, again, he's a football player. He'll find a way to get it done. And, obviously, now we're going to see a little bit of a change up here.
Yeah, because the third down looked like a passing play. Last year's starter, Tate Kronkowski, number 12 in. Better passer. He wings it down the field, and he's got a guy. Nice catch by Josh Krieger. First down Braves, midfield.
So they bring Kronkowski in again, a little bit maybe more efficient at throwing the football. This is a post pattern and a nicely run pattern as he beats the secondary. Cody Showers had to come in and make the tackle, but I like the route running of both teams. Krieger on that one, we've seen on the other side as well. And did we get a late penalty?
No, sideline warning.
Sideline warning.
Shikellamy, yep.
But a nice 15-yard gain on the play on third down.
So Kronkowski can get it around. It's a good number as last year. Tilford now back in at quarterback. Shikellamy coming in, averaging 35 points per game. Opened the season with a win over Mount Toursville, then a little hiccup against a very good Mount Carmel team, and then last week got back in the win column over Central Mountain. First carry, Joey Folk, about a yard. So Folk had a big run in their playoff game a year ago. He could be an X factor in a game like this.
Yeah, he's capable. 5'8", 175-pound junior. As we're going to see shotgun hurry up, and now they're going to take a look back over the sidelines, and then we get a penalty marker.
I think this is the third penalty against the Seals. Kevin McNamara, our official on the District 4.
Defense. 5-yard penalty.
So that will get an easy 5 yards and put the Braves inside Seals territory for the second time tonight. First time came off a turnover.
Coach Hicks can't be happy with the pre-snap penalties here in this game. And I mean, they're the 5-yard variety, but 5 yards, 5 yards, 5 yards adds up. And again, makes a short second down situation, opens up the playbook for Schick.
Folk straight through with speed up to the 30. Good tackle by Ravy, but it's a first down. Shikellamy.
Well blocked by the Shikellamy offensive line this time. Again, just a sweep pull. You see right there, Billy Nace pulling, going out, trying to find somebody, but it was so well run up front. The pursuit of Selinsgrove just couldn't get out to the perimeter.
16-yard gain. Out to Krieger. Hard hit, but a gain of 3 or 4.
And I think that might have been an audible there, Bob, because if you watch the offensive line, they kind of just stood up, and a quick throw out to Krieger, just trying a little bubble screen. He's got 1 or 2 blockers out there, maybe trying to catch Selinsgrove off guard. Picks up, 4 yards on the play. It's a nice first down play.
This one so far as advertised. We're near a minute left in the first quarter. Tilford, zone read on the keeper. Just a couple for him.
And this is what we kind of mentioned at the beginning of the drive, Bob. Shikellamy having a nice long drive, keeping their defense off the field, keeping Logan Libby off the field. That's important as this game wears on. If Schick can get a touchdown off this drive, it's even better, but ball possession, very important for the Braves.
Seals showing blitz. Here it comes. Tilford right through the left guard gap up to the 20. Short of a first down. 4th and 1 on the way.
Well, they're going to get the end of the quarter here if they want to maybe think about this, but no, they go hurry up. They're going to try to catch Selinsgrove off guard, and they do, and it's going to be close.
It's going to be real close.
I think he got it, Bob. He only needed less than a yard. Probably going to have to measure it anyway, but I thought the forward progress, and actually he did not get a good spot there. So they will have to measure this.
I thought he made it.
I thought he did too.
So the clock stopped with 4 seconds remaining in this first quarter.
You know, watching the play live, I thought he made it. I thought he got past the 19-yard line. They have it kind of marked right at the 19-yard line, so could be inches here to decide who gets the football here on this next snap, which will probably be the first one of the, well, it depends on who gets the ball.
And he's got it. First down, Shikellamy. Drive keeps on going. The Spirit section happy for Shikellamy. So the clock should roll, right? And then it'll roll out the clock for the first quarter. And 1 quarter in the books here in Sunbury. The battle of the river rivals is Selinsgrove leading Shikellamy 7-6. Now let's go down to Aaron with the special guest.
That's right, Bob. Some special guests with me tonight from Shikellamy, Principal Mike Egan and cross-country coach Jim Bell. First, let's just talk about the atmosphere here tonight. You can see the student section behind you. They're fired up. What a great atmosphere. That's supposed to be fun for you.
Oh, it's awesome. Unbelievable experience for the kids, and it started early today. The kids were excited coming to school in the morning, pep assembly in the afternoon. You see our student athletes out on the field putting on a good performance so far. Got the band, the cheerleaders, and of course, awesome student section here. And just for the community and everyone involved, even the Selinsgrove side, I mean, packed house, awesome.
Yeah, it's a really fun atmosphere. So how about the rest of your fall sports? How is everything going?
Everything's going real well throughout, academically and, athletically, and, all our kids on stage and chorus and music. Really enthused of where Shikellami's headed. I think we're going in the right direction. A lot of success in the past year. Soccer team making it to the second round state tournament, bowling team 4th in the nation, winning a state title, and carrying right over here to the fall.
Awesome. Well, speaking of fall sports, let's talk with Coach Bell. I know you guys hosted a really huge event here, didn't you, recently?
Yeah, just last Tuesday we hosted 277 finishers in just a afternoon PHAC quadrangular pentangular. We also host the PHAC Shikellamy Invitational PHAC meet is Saturday, October 14th. Anyhow,
kids are chanting your name. They love you.
That's his name. He's Egan. I'm Bell.
Oh,
anyhow,
they were saying your name too.
But it's the 40th annual Shikellamy Invitational, and we host all these schools here. And our course is spectator-friendly, designed by a demented genius, whom I know well. You can see 65% of our course from right over the back of those bleachers. So maybe you want to do a TV special on a cross-country meet, like maybe Saturday, October 14th, when all these schools will be here.
Ooh, what do you think, Bob? Live cross-country?
Sure, why not? We've done everything else, but that and golf, we'll do that. Why not?
Awesome.
Thank you, guys. It's back on the field. Schick still in the Plaza House Furniture red zone, and we have a flag down. This one, I think, is going to go against the Braves, illegal motion.
5-yard penalty, second down.
Going back while Aaron was doing the interview, Schick tried a wheel route from the backfield, the back going into the corner of the end zone. It was basically a jump ball, Bob. It looked like almost Selinsgrove came up with the interception, but the ball fell out at the last second. Here's the play right here. You see his running back, Joey Folk. That's called a wheel route. You see that a lot in high school football. And right there with great coverage was Cody Showers, but the referee right on top of it says ball hit the ground, so it goes as an incomplete pass instead of a turnover.
Penalty backs up Schick to the 24. Tilford loses the ball. Goes out of bounds, and it will remain Braves ball at the 23. A break there for Shikellamy.
I think this was a planned draw, no doubt about it. He took the step back and ran over the defender, but then lost control of the football. And right there, you see both players batting the ball, but neither one could come up for it. It was Clayton Sheasley for Selinsgrove, but Shikellamy dodges 2 bullets, Bob, a possible interception and a possible fumble on their last 2 plays from possession.
But they do face sorry, Chris, they do face a 3rd and long, though. Tilford back, he's gonna throw it up for grabs to the end zone. Touchdown, Shikellamy. Darryl Lyles with the Plaza House Furniture touchdown. 2nd of the season.
Wow, 3rd and 13, and Schick goes for the end zone, and give Lyles credit. He was open on the play, almost a little underthrown by Tilford as the defender closed the gap. He looks left, throws right, but the big man doing a good job. Darrell Lyles, 6'3", goes up and gets the football, and Shikellamy has the lead back.
Little fumble snap. Throw it up for grabs, and it's caught and incomplete. Will go the extra point one more time. So that guy right there, Lyles, pulls in the touchdown from Tilford, and the Braves lead the Seals by 5. Aiden Cooper tees it up, and after the kickoff, Nyland, from about his 15, slips down near the 30, and back come the Seals back on, the 8th ranked team in the state. And here are the Sunbury Motors impact players. Chris,
Well,
we haven't seen much of Inch yet.
Yeah, not yet. He's got, again, Leiby's gotten to a couple different targets, but eventually Jared Inch will get involved. And of course, on defense, both Hunter Croman and Tony Dressler, those are the guys who make a difference on the Seals defense. Although right now, the defense has had their backs against the wall. 2 drives for Shikellamy, 2 touchdowns.
I would agree.
That was a 12-play drive, Bob. That's exactly what Shikellamy wants to do.
70 yards, and it took over 3:58 off the clock.
Keep Leiby off the field.
Leiby's back on the field now. His team trailing again by 5. Quarterback draw. Gain of 5. So you can see Selinsgrove wanting to establish any kind of running game.
Well, that, again, was a quarterback draw, Bob. That was a planned run that time by Leiby. And, again, he gets decent yardage on first down, but I don't think that's exactly – I think that's more keep Shikellamy honest play. I really do. I don't think that's really what Coach Hicks wants to do.
Now they're going to throw it around. Back to the passing game they go. Up right near their first down marker. Nyland with another catch.
Nyland's been his favorite receiver here in this first half. Again, running great patterns. They're going to say it's a first down. Now they're going to move the chains as they get out to the 41. Another, not a big gain, but hey, move the chains.
Well, Ricky Cope, as we talked about, is out. He's injured at least a couple of weeks, and someone has to step up.
Right. This is a great opportunity for some of these other receivers. So later in the season, they know Leiby relies on them and can count on them. There's another completion. And that was Tate Krinkowski, who already threw a pass today.
Nope, that was Anthony Dressler.
I'm on the Shikellamy roster there. That's Dressler.
They're tied in. Dressler with his 6th catch of the season.
Sheets in front of me, Bob. I gotta get a little more organized here. So he goes to the tight end now.
So all the players going to their wrists. You can see those black wristbands even on the center. Give it a con, but shooting in is the linebacker Bingaman for a tackle for a loss.
Bingaman's had a good first half here so far defensively for the Braves. He's made several plays. No gain on that play. And again, you just see him charging from his linebacker position. Good run defense, and it forces a 3rd down for the Seals.
4 wideouts in there. Let's see if the Braves will send some extra players to get on Leiby. They do from the outside. Bingaman. Tip drill and incomplete. Trying to hit Jared Inch. Broken up. 4th down.
Give Leiby credit. Running for his life. Managed to avoid the sack as Bingaman was there again. He also getting pursued from the other side by Mason Deaver.
And Gabe Tilford almost had his 2nd interception of the game.
Yeah, and again, Inch got his hands on it. Little tip drill like you mentioned, Bob, but couldn't come down with it. So what do you do here if you're Selinsgrove? And
Leiby is the punter.
Yeah, so watch out. You never know.
First punt of the afternoon. Back is Hollenbach. Oh, high snap over Leiby's head. Here comes Lyles. Somehow Leiby gets it away, and it takes a Selinsgrove roll. Wow, what athletic ability from Logan Libby.
Yeah, and he got one key block back here, Bob. You see, there's no chance to get the snap. Takes his time, gathers possession, but watch this block right here. Boom!
Oh.
Pancake, and Libby does the smart thing. A lot of guys forget they can still punt at that time. They start running the football, ends up being a 10, 15-yard loss. Again, that's the experience of Logan Libby, not just as a quarterback, but as a punter in this case.
Smart play from Logan Libby. So here comes that Shikellamy offense, leading by 5. Remember, last regular season, Shikellamy beat Selinsgrove 21-14, but in the playoffs, the Seals got back at them. And in fact, in that playoff game, Shikellamy actually led Selinsgrove 10-0 into the second quarter. Folk with running room. Joey Folk knocked down at the 40.
Well, Folk, his best run of the evening, the explosion through the hole, well blocked once again. One of the linemen pulled that time, and you see the 2 defenders had to come in and save a possible touchdown. It was Ben Swineford for the Seals, along with Damian Ravy.
18 yards on that play. Folk again. Adam Ritter underneath, making the first hit. Gain of 1. Both defenses have been on their heels, though, first half of this game, Chris. The offenses have been pretty good.
Yeah, if I'm Coach Hicks, I'm a little worried right now about my defense. They have not been able to get a stop so far in this game. And give Shikellamy credit, though. They're executing. And that's important when you're going against a good football team. You're the slight underdog, here at home. Execute what your game plan is, and you have a good chance to win the football game. So far, the Braves have done that.
Seals shut out Shamokin last week, 20-0. Tilford back to the air. And it is intercepted. It looks like picked off by Ben Swineford.
So Swineford forces the first turnover by Shikellamy, and Tilford just, I think, too many white shirts there. Actually, ball's behind him a little bit. That's a great defensive play by the junior Ben Swineford, who kind of reached back, and don't think the receiver even had much of a chance there, Bob. It was a great defensive play, but not the best throw by Tilford that time.
Swineford's a junior, his first interception of the year. Selinsgrove now takes over on their own 45. Four wideouts. Libby surveying. Down the middle. They're going to say a catch by Nyland. Inside Braves territory up to the 31.
Most of the patterns so far today for the Seals have been to the outside. Now we see the post pattern by Nyland, who's having a big first half, all the way down to the 30-yard line, Bob. A 25-yard gain on the play. I believe the deepest throw of the game for the Seals.
You feel like when the Selinsgrove offense gets going, they get that initial first down, they're going to be tough to stop.
Well, again, they've been setting them up with these out patterns, flag patterns. Now they're coming back to the middle here. You're going to see some openings for the Seals offense in the passing game.
Send an extra guy to the Braves, and they get to Libby. Munoz, the first guy there, made the initial hit.
Yeah, you're right. Munoz was the one who forced the pressure right there. And then from the backside, you see Krieger come in. He'll get the official sack, but definitely give Munoz some credit on that. He's a very good defensive player, and he forced the pressure there for the Braves.
So second down on the way for Selinsgrove. First sack of the night by the Braves. Showing 4, they bring 4. Libby with the lane. Lays the lumber up to near the 20-yard line. Going to be close to a Selinsgrove first down, Chris.
Can you say power football by Logan Libby? First of all, watch the pump fake here, Bob. He starts running, keeps his head upfield, little pump fake. Freezes the defender right there, gets him in the air. Watch the run right over Hunter Dodge. And then takes 4 Braves to bring down 1 Seal on that play. And Great job by Leiby, who's really run the ball. I've been impressed by his running ability tonight. We already knew he threw the ball great, but
Here our Toyota key to the game for Shikellamy, Chris. Mix up that defensive coverage. I think in the first series that might have worked, but hasn't fooled Leiby yet. 3 wideouts to the right. Leiby goes that way. First catch of the night by Showers, and he's quickly taken down by Bingaman.
love the open field tackle by Bingaman, though. I mean, that's the kind of play. Look, it goes for what, 3 yards? That's the type of play that can go for 23 yards. If you don't make that initial tackle, and Bingaman comes up, look, he breaks down, slips a little bit, but manages still to wrap up, pull the offensive player down. That's a great play by Bingaman to make it just a short gain.
See if the Braves can stop them. They're inside the Plaza House Furniture red zone once again. We're going to have a flag come in. This is going to be against
Snap infraction. Offense. 5 yards. Second.
That's the, what, the 4th penalty on Selinsgrove before the snap, Chris?
Looking at my official stats, 1, 2. Yeah, I got him for 4, Bob. 4 5-yard penalties, 3 on offense, 1 on defense. And that was actually on the center that time. They said illegal snap, so he must have moved the ball and pushed them back 5 more yards.
Really hasn't hurt the Seals much at all on their offense tonight. So 2nd and long. Well, here comes the blitz. Mercado trips up Leiby.
Great individual effort by Mercado. Won't go down as a sack because he fell forward, but still the hustle play. And you'll see here, you mentioned the blitz. And great job by Mercado, the junior. Not big, 5'8", 185, but he got that enough of an outstretch of his 5'8" frame to pull down Leiby and brings up a 3rd down now.
Mercado, the 2nd leading tackler coming in behind Tilford. 3rd and long. Blitz off the left side. Incomplete. So the Braves send an extra defender. He gets to Leiby, made him rush the play, trying to hit Kerstetter out there.
Well, 1, there was good coverage on this play. 2, Kerstetter didn't really go to where Leiby threw the ball. And I don't know who that was on. Could have been maybe Leiby didn't throw it to the right spot, or Kerstetter didn't run the pattern the way Leiby thought he was going to be. But anyway, it didn't matter because there was great coverage on the play by Shikellamy. Now here comes a 4th down.
2nd, 4th down attempt of the night. They made their first one. It was 4th and 1. A little bit longer on this one. Here comes the blitz again. They pick it up. Tipped and goes incomplete.
That's Mercado again, Bob. We've seen him rushing the passer. This time he drops back in coverage, and he's just playing the middle of the field. Leiby trying to get it beyond him, doesn't see him, and I don't know, maybe there's good coverage on the play anyway by Tilford, but either way, it's an incomplete pass, and the Seals turn it over on downs. Shikellamy comes up with their 3rd stop if you count the turnover, and they'll get the ball back with plenty of time left here in the first half, and they have the lead by 5.
Here's Coach Todd Tilford, his 6th season here. 29-34 coming in. Had their best record last year. He took them into the playoffs. He, of course, was the Lewisburg coach before that. So Shikellamy takes over on their own 22. Fake the reverse. Gabe Tilford out in the open. Big run up past the 36-yard line.
Coach Tilford going with a little misdirection here, trying to get the defense going one way. You can see they kind of trap on that side for Gabe Tilford. Gets a very nice 1st down gain over the 35 to about the 38-yard line. Call it 16 for Gabe Tilford.
Seals bringing about 7 guys up to the line of scrimmage. Reverse to Lucas Tilford. He's going to get up to the 40.
Nice job by that time by the Selinsgrove defense. A little better contained from the outside. You see more white shirts there.
Sunbury Motors impact players for Shikellamy. We've seen most of them now come into play.
Yeah, Folk with that big run. Tilford with the interception.
No, Gabe had it.
Oh, Gabe had
the
it.
big catch, though.
The catch. He had the catch of Mercado. We've mentioned several times with the rush and the deflection there.
Folk trying to get to the outside. Makes the corner. And up near a Braves first down.
Could be maybe a little bit short, Bob. See where the officials mark it. About maybe a yard. Again, trying to get the edge here. And nice job to come up and make the tackle by Showers to avoid getting the first down. They're going to go quick.
They go quick, and he's going to be about a half yard short is Gabe Tilford. Tried to go off that right side behind Nace and Kimberly.
Well, again, depends on the spot, depends on the referee, what he decides here. He's going to stay short again. So decision time for Todd Tilford, the head coach of the Braves, in their own territory, just near midfield. They only need about a half a yard.
Let's see if it calls timeout. They have 3 left, and we're under 3 minutes to play. Good spot for a timeout. Give your guys a break and talk it over, and that's exactly what he's going to do.
They do have the play clock here. A lot of the high schools have it now, especially the bigger schools.
And there is the timeout, first one of the evening for Coach Todd Tilford. So Chris Kaharski, part of course, PA football news, so that gives us a chance to look at your 4A rankings. I don't say yours, but your group. And let's talk about, you have Selinsgrove at number 8, but you've talked about all those guys in front of us and just how tough a category and classification is going to be this year.
Yeah, I mean, Imhotep Charter's the defending champions. They already have a loss this year to 5A Harrisburg, who was our number 1 team over in 5A. But the team, I'm sorry, not defending champion. They got into the championship game last year. They've won state titles. Erie Cathedral Prep is a defending state champion. I misspoke there. And Erie Cathedral Prep might be the best team in the state, Bob. Not just in this classification. They beat Pittsburgh Central Catholic, a perennial power out of Pittsburgh, in the first game and blew their doors off. They are very, very good. And, of course, defending state champions, crushing Imhotep last year, which surprised a lot of people. But Shikellamy is trying to pull an upset of a ranked team today, so that's incentive alone. But Selinsgrove earned that ranking. But 4A, a lot of good football teams we saw there. Berks Catholic is another one to keep an eye on that we saw on that list out of District 3.
So it's going to be tough on this side of the state for any team that comes out of District 4, 4A.
Yeah, there's no doubt. 4A is very competitive. And, of course, Imhotep's always the giant standing, the charter school out of Philadelphia.
And that's a whole nother discussion.
We won't go there.
4th and 1, trying to draw them off. Tilford, hard count. Looks over to the sidelines, and they're going to get some movement, kind of fake their own guys out. So back them up 5. This may make the decision a lot easier.
Yeah,
Here comes the punt team.
Yeah, definitely go punt it. I don't know if they were just trying to get him to jump, Bob, or if they were actually going to run a play. Of course, they made themselves jump, and that makes the decision easy now for Coach Tilford. And I'm going to go to one thing about the spread. This actually goes up way to the NFL, Bob. On 4th and 1s, I hate the shotgun.
Yeah.
I hate it. I think you got to put somebody, and I don't know if they've even practiced putting somebody under center, so it's hard for me to criticize Coach Tilford, but on 4th and 1, you see it in the NFL all the time. They put somebody back. That means you got to get 6 yards, not 1.
Do you go back to the wing tee for just one
Yeah,
play? Just out of the.
I mean, he knows
get out of the timeout.
He knows his personnel better than me.
Yeah.
Believe me, I'm not criticizing it. It's more of a general statement for football in general, especially with all these spreads you see in college. You don't see it in the NFL as much.
I agree with it. There's no
shotgun.
fullback, and you can't get that 1 yard you need.
Even if you're just giving the sign that you might quarterback sneak, you don't have to every time. But I mean, we saw Selinsgrove line up. Will I be under center and get that yard? So again, it's a pet peeve of mine at all levels of football.
Not just here. Okay, Selinsgrove, 2:11 on the clock, 2 timeouts remaining. Libby, 80 yards away from taking the halftime lead. Of course, they already have an 89-yard drive for their first touchdown of the game. Shikellamy going to send 4 Drop back 7. Good coverage on the outside by Krieger.
And I think that's the first pass I've seen from Leiby tonight off the mark a little bit. Everything else has been pretty much spot on. This one just way too far to the sideline. Good attempt by his receiver, Showers, but just too far out. And that's a credit to Leiby because pretty much every throw has been perfect by him.
Looks like one of their receivers, Damian Ravy, they're the seniors getting work down over there, number 81. So they're already down Ricky Cope. Looks like they'll be down Ravy right now. Leiby all day. Coming back for it, making the catch is Kerstetter, and he's up to the 40. Gain of 20.
Well, they run 3 verticals here, Bob, and all 3 are covered very well by Shikellamy. So what does Leiby do? He ad-libs. He's getting some pressure, gets away from Lyles, and then he throws back to the middle of the field, which is kind of dangerous at times, but again, finds his receiver, Kerstetter, for a first down all the way out to the close to the 40-yard line. 20-yard gain.
Leiby out quickly to Showers. Clock still rolling.
That pattern is great in the flow of the game, Bob, 6'5", 6 yards, but now with the clock, you're kind of your enemy. They do have 2 timeouts left. It's not as effective as a play. You can't dink and dunk this whole drive. Eventually, you got to go back to the middle of the field, which they did on the last play, but again, those patterns will be few and far between here on this drive.
Leiby looking. He's going to tuck it. Brought down by Lyles. Clock will stop to move the chains. Seals inside Braves territory. Leiby running has been a little bit of an X factor tonight, Chris.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, he's made plays with his legs. He's moved the chains just like he did there on a nice 10-yard gain.
Under a minute, and we're going to get another flag. This may go against Selinsgrove again.
Snap infraction. Off it. First down.
That's 4 on offense and 1 on defense now?
That's correct.
Before the ball's even snapped. So this backs them up near the midfield.
Clock will wind as well.
They send 5. Picked off, intercepted by Gabe Tilford. Second of the evening for the senior, and Shikellamy has time to get back on the board. They'll be inside Seals territory, knocked out at the 40.
Again, just stepping in front, great instincts by Gabe Tilford, reading the pass perfectly. It was a little bit different than the other interception because it was downfield, Bob. He kind of sat and waiting. And obviously a very big play, forcing the turnover. And really, Shikellamy, unless they make a mistake here, will be guaranteed to go up and go into the locker room up in this game at halftime. And it could be even more. See how they play it here with 33 seconds remaining.
Very uncharacteristic of Selinsgrove coming into this game. They've been +1 in the turnover battle this season.
I believe,
2 interceptions tonight.
I believe Leiby only had 1 coming into the game, if I'm correct.
3.
Oh, he did have 3.
Yeah,
okay.
he did have 3. Goes incomplete.
So they try to throw down the field on first down. Clock will stop. It's a little bit high that time for the receiver. It's Hunter Dodge.
Let's see if they go back to Lyles. Looks like he's going to be on the near side, Chris. The 6'3 receiver, one-on-one coverage. Let's see if they go up top to him. Flag comes in as Selinsgrove was sending an extra defender. Going to back up Shikellamy 5 yards. 28 seconds remaining. Again, the Braves have their 2 timeouts left.
Now, you might want to be a little more conservative here if you're Coach Tilford with the lead. And you're you're making the field longer with the penalty. Or maybe a draw play here or something. See if you can get a big gainer while playing it a little safe.
Comes a blitz. Backing up Tilford. He throws it down, it goes incomplete. And they're gonna have an interference call, I think. Flag comes rolling in.
Clock will stop with 20 seconds remaining, Bob. So this will they'll give him some field position here.
It's not a first down, Coach.
And there's the call, and also a little added play-by-play. Not going to be a first down. Because it's 15 yards from where the ball was.
15 ball, yeah, from the line of scrimmage.
So
it's close to
that's close to a first down.
I think what he was trying to say, it's not an automatic first
yeah.
down, which a lot of people get mixed up with the NFL because it is an automatic in the NFL. And might be a little bit short of the chains here. That's what they're going to say. So it'll be second down in inches.
Might want to use a timeout here, Coach Tilford. The clock's going to roll.
No, I'll stop on the penalty, Bob.
Okay.
So 20 seconds remaining.
Blitz again. Try to run it to Folk. Definitely get a timeout here from Coach Tilford.
They were trying to move the chains, I guess, and I don't think they did.
Coming up the half, our Toyota halftime news update from our folks at Fox 56 News First at 10, and Aaron Dugan has some special guests from our sponsors tonight. So that's coming up at halftime. Still 15 seconds remaining, Chris. A very well-played first half, a lot of action, and this is a Sunbury Motors timeout called by Shikellamy.
Yeah, we've been lucky back-to-back weeks with some very good football, for us at least. And we've talked about this a million times. We love to see good football. We don't care who wins the game. We want to make sure everybody stays healthy, but in the end, we want to see competitive football. This game has been a lot of fun so far. Actually, a little bit lower scoring than I thought. I think the turnovers have helped with that for both teams, have stopped drives, but I've been really impressed with Shikellamy here tonight, Bob. This is a rivalry game. I never count out a team in the rivalry game,
and at
ever.
home, never. Nope.
Especially at home. Especially at home. They played a very good first half. A chance to go with the lead at halftime and could even increase their lead with a big play here with 15 seconds remaining.
So the referees have this sorted out. One more timeout remaining for the Braves. Tilford back to the end zone. And it is knocked down, almost intercepted by Showers. He got two hands on it. Fourth down on the way now for Schick.
Love the play call, though. What do you have to lose here, right? Throw it up for grabs. Maybe you get a jump ball that your receiver wins. I mean, there's two seals right there. And actually, the one seal knocked it away from the other. It looked like Showers had his hands on it, and his teammate, Joe Kahn, knocked it away. Now, Kahn didn't know who was there. I mean, he's out there trying to make a play, too. But Shikellamy will get one more shot at it here on fourth down.
They're trying to get the first down. They do. Tilford has to go down or into the end zone. He's going to go down and get a quick timeout. 1 second left. Ball at the 15. They're inside the Plaza House Furniture red zone, and you would think the field goal kicker will be coming on.
14-yard gain on the play. And luckily, Tilford didn't drag him a little bit more because that clock might have run out. Sorry, that's a 24-yard gain on the play.
I thought I saw the field goal kicker come on, number 22, Aiden Cooper, the senior. They have Cooper, and they also have Gittins to kick.
Well, barring a defensive penalty here, this will be the last play of the half. So Schick.
This could be a big swing because Shikellamy will get the ball to begin the second half. So the ball will be placed at the 23. This is a 33-yard field goal by Cooper. Holder will be Gabe Tilford. High snap. Down, kick is up. And it's good. With distance, Cooper, Aiden Cooper, with the big field goal, extends the Braves lead as time ticks down to zeros. And the Braves will take a 15-7 lead into the break. Now let's go down to Aaron and Coach Tilford. Aaron.
Well, Coach, that's quite the way to head into halftime. I'm sure you're very happy.
Like I played.
Me too. I want to talk about the defense a little bit, though. All that pressure on Libby, you got to be so happy with the defense.
Yeah, defense is playing really well. I mean, he made a heck of a play on that punt. I mean, that really changed the field, and we had a chance to kind of get a big leap. But he's a heck of a player, and the kids are competing. It's a fun game.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Yep.
Bob.
Fun is an understatement. 15-7, the lead going into the break. It should be a dandy in the second half. When we come back, we'll have the news update, and Aaron has some special guests. 15-7, your score at the break.
This is Friday Night Rivals on MyTV WQMY.
And welcome back to Friday Night Rivals here on MyTV WQMY. We have a great game going on tonight. Shikellamy hosting Selinsgrove. The Braves are up 15-7 at the half. Thanks so much for joining us, everyone. I'm Erin Dugan. I have some very special guests with me. First, let's get to Michael DeFeo from Sunbury Motors. Thanks so much for being here tonight. And what brings you to tonight's game?
Well, we're here to support the game, and of course, I'll let all our fans know, many customers out there for generations after generations. We've been in business over 100 years, and that means it's great to feel that you've sold a car to a grandmother, the father, even the child. So we have a full family of customers throughout our area. We've been supporting the Susquehanna Valley for over 100 years with cars, which we, of course, have Lincolns, Fords, Hyundais, and Kias. So we've been selling cars for a long time.
Yeah, that is a long time. And where are you located?
We're located on 4th Street in Sunbury, and also we're located on the strip out here in Selinsgrove.
All right, so you have a big event coming up. Why don't you tell me a little bit about that?
We have our drive event, Lincoln Drive event. That's going to be tomorrow between 9 to 2. It's going to be at the Shikellamy High School here in Sunbury, and it's going to help support the Degenstein Library here in Sunbury. So through Lincoln, with Sunbury Motor support, we're going to have cars out there for people to test drive, and for every person who comes out and test drives a car, $20 will be donated back to the Degenstein Library.
Oh, that's great.
Yes.
All right, well, make sure you come out to that great event. Michael, thanks so much.
You're welcome.
All right, let's move on to our next special guest, Lori Johnson from SRI, Sunbury Revitalization. So first, tell us all about that organization.
Sunbury Revitalization is an organization that we have a board of members that help do things through Sunbury. We do different events through the city. We just did our biggest event, which is the River Festival. Tomorrow we have our Wine and Brew Festival on the riverfront. We started this year the first Fridays of the month. We have a membership committee, and they help get members, and the members are allowed to participate in the first Fridays. That's one of the perks. We have a lot of different other things we do. New Year's Eve celebration, we have fireworks. That's one of the things we sponsor. That's one of my things that I love to do. We couldn't have done a lot of these things without the support of Sunbury Motors. We had to just moved from our old building to a new building at 353 Market Street, and they lent us a truck. And without that truck, we would have had to use many, many pickup loads. Yeah. Our president drove that truck back and forth at least 4 times, filled to the brim. So if they hadn't have given that, we wouldn't have been able to do that. Tomorrow, they're putting people in at the Wine and Brew Festival, and they're going to be serving beer. They're donating their time. They're not charging, and they donate for that Wine and Brew Festival. They've given us monetary support in the last years. They've given us help. And they are just wonderful, wonderful people that give to us that we could not be supported and be around if it wasn't for them.
Absolutely. Kudos to Sunbury Motors on that one. And we'll talk to our next special guest here, Cheryl Ann Hill from Mostly Mutt's No Kill Shelter. Thanks for being here. Tell us about your shelter.
My shelter actually has 92 dogs at it right now. And they come from all over the place. They're either owner surrenders or they're lost and found dogs that haven't gone back home. All my dogs get spayed and neutered, up to date with all their shots, and are very well taken care of while they're there. We also work on some behavioral issues, so that makes it a little bit different for everybody. But Sunbury Motors has always helped us out with a lot of things. When we need to go get donated food, they've actually given us a driver as well as a truck and went and picked up food for us and brought it to us. They sponsor at least 3 of our events during the year. It's a motorcycle run, a woof and wine, and sometimes they help out with our dinner as far as donating items to the dinner and things. So it's very nice, and they also give us a lot of monetary as far as they do a sponsorship kind of thing where you buy a car and so much money comes to us, which really works out really nice. So, and of course, Tom and Liz Mertz, who are workers there, well, actually owners, they actually volunteer at Mostly Mutts as much as they can. And Mike DeFeo's son actually did his Eagle Scout project there and created another path, because I own 12.5 acres of ground in the mountainside. So they actually don't, not only do they do it financially, they do it physically as well.
That's fantastic. Sunbury Motors out there in the community doing some great things. Thanks so much for stopping to chat, guys.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
All right, we'll have another special guest when we come right back. Stay with us. Welcome back, everyone. Another special guest joining me now on the sidelines. This is Kelly Filer from Selinsgrove Regional Engagement Center. Thanks so much for joining us.
Hi, Erin. Thank you so much for having me this evening. It's a great game so far.
Absolutely exciting. So tell us a little bit about your center.
I'm glad to be here this evening. I'm in from Selinsgrove, so I have to admit I'm on the Seals side here, but we are opening a new community center in about a month called the Regional Engagement Center, smack dab in the middle of the borough. We don't have a YMCA like Sunbury does here or a refuge or something like that. So this is going to be a place where kids 3rd grade through seniors can come for free every day after school, canceled school days and things like that. We'll also have an after-school program. We'll have summer camps and all that kind of stuff. But what Plaza House has been a major supporter of us, whose airtime I'm using, and they gave us a foosball table. They've been in contact with us since they knew we were starting this just about a year ago to see how they could help us fill the building with appropriate furniture.
That's awesome. Thanks to Plaza House for sponsoring tonight's game. Thanks to help with the rec center, and thank you for stopping by tonight.
Come by and see us in Selinsgrove. Thanks, Erin.
Sounds good. Let's get some highlights from that first half.
Thank you, Erin. Some special things going on in Selinsgrove. Chris, let's get back to this game, though. It's been a well-played game on both sides. Shikellamy, though, just a little bit better.
Yeah, I thought both teams played pretty good. Actually, Selinsgrove moved the ball a little bit more, but the turnovers have hurt the Seals, no doubt about it. And Shikellamy, those first 2 possessions, they had the football, they scored. Big field goal before half because they missed their extra points. That kind of made up for the missed extra points. It's only a 1-score game, but listen, Selinsgrove's right in the game, but still they're going to have to play a little bit better in that second half.
Let's get to the first half highlights in the first quarter after the interception by Gabe Tilford. Tilford's going to find his brother Lucas Tilford on a nice 39-yard play.
Yeah, the yards after the catch are the key here. Breaking tackles. I mentioned Selinsgrove did not do a good job. They've tackled pretty well much of the night, but that time they didn't.
Then Leiby's going to take it in. It completes a 12-play, 89-yard drive to tie this one up.
Yeah, Logan Leiby, obviously known for his passing ability, but tonight he's their leading rusher as well, and he gets that touchdown and gives Selinsgrove their first lead of the night.
Then Gabe Tilford, he throws it up for the big player, Lyles, who brings it in. Yeah, Darryl Lyles, his first touchdown of the year.
Isolating the 6'3" player on the smaller D-back, and that's the touchdown. Here's the right before half.
And that was, again, set up by another Tilford interception. So Chris has some first half stats. We'll go through those, Chris. And you mentioned the quarterbacks, the leading rushers.
For both teams, yeah. Logan Leiby, 8 carries for 56 yards, and Tilford, 9 carries for 52 yards. Leiby, those passing numbers, not what we're used to seeing, Bob. 10 for 18, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 120 yards rushing, 121 yards rushing. Now, he's over the 1,000-yard mark for the year, but we're used to seeing 200, 300, even higher by yardage totals by Logan Leiby. Leading receiver was Nyland in that first half with 5 catches for 65 yards. On the other end, Tilford threw to 3 different receivers. He only completed 3 passes, but for 65 yards, that's over 20 yards per catch.
Shikellamy defense playing very good here in the first half. Again, holding Leiby down. A 7,000-yard career passer, leading passer in District 4. And the Braves doing a nice job mixing up their coverages, Chris, and putting pressure on him.
Yeah, I mean, Leiby has to be a little bit better this half. Again, 8 incompletions. A lot of them weren't his fault, but at the same time, it's been good defense by Schick.
Here comes Folk with running room. 1 man to beat. He's the kicker. Makes the move. Touchdown, Shikellamy. 13 seconds, Joey Folk in for a Plaza House Furniture touchdown. That's the way to open a half.
You mentioned, Bob, he had a big run last year in this game in the regular season, and now the opening kickoff, after Shikellamy kicks the field goal, they get the ball right back to start the half, and Folk shows his athleticism here, gets some blocking. You always have to get the blocking. We sometimes forget about that, but once he got to the outside here, he turned on the Jets, and he goes the distance, and Shikellamy has a 2-touchdown lead here right at the beginning of the second half.
So now Eden Cooper will be on for the extra point, missing a guy. And that's the way the third quarter opens. Joey Folk out last week because of an altercation in the Mount Carmel game. He's making his presence known, and this is up, and it is good. So Shikellamy takes a 22-7 lead, and I know one group of fans who are very happy, and they won the Twitter contest, Aaron. Got the most votes in. She is in the Shikellamy student section. Aaron.
I know, Bob. I couldn't believe that Twitter contest. We put something out on Twitter earlier in the week with both student sections, and you guys killed it. You voted, and here we are. Tell me all about your student section.
All right, well, our student section, we're a bunch of kids, obviously. We do this by ourselves, but we have support from our community, our teachers, our administrators, and everybody supports us, and it's great to see it, how well we come together as a community. And, like, of course, we have to put up with rivalry, but that's the fun part in it. And they're kids, so they're gonna say stuff. But like the worst part is like when administration from their school talks trash on us and like tells us that we're bottom feeders and they call us hyenas and all that. It's just like pointless. So, but we stay together as a unit, we work, and we just stay calm and don't give them the attention they want. So it's a fun student section, everyone has a good time. There's no fights, nothing, it's all great, I love it.
Definitely great to see your school spirit. We'll talk with another senior here. What's your name?
Abby Walter.
What's so much fun about coming out here with your teammates and friends?
Coming out and supporting our team and, you know, cheering with all of our friends and really coming together as a student body. It was really nice to see, and people not like who usually don't talk, they usually end up talking together. So it's really cool for all of us to come together.
And obviously a great game here tonight. How much fun are you guys having watching them kick butt out there, really?
Yeah, a lot of fun. It's really, we keep the intensity up to try and let it radiate onto the field. So we try to keep it up.
All right, well, thanks so much, guys. Have a blast.
Thank you.
They really put a big effort into joining us at our Twitter page, Fox 56 Sports. Aaron mentioned all the votes we received, and they won the contest. Nice job in there and back on the game. Chris, it's a 10-point swing now. We mentioned that. That field goal, how big was that before the half?
Yeah, again, I mentioned you missed 2 extra points. That could always come back and haunt you in the game, and it kind of negated that. But that touchdown right there to start the second half just gave all the momentum to Shikellamy. Now, what Selinsgrove can do, plenty of time, obviously, and they throw the ball, so they can move the ball quickly. Don't panic here. Just keep playing your game plan because there's still just one half of football left.
Libby hit by Mercado. Up past the 15 to the 16. And we have a Shikellamy player down.
Well, one thing we've learned about Logan Libby, he's not afraid of contact, that's for sure. He has delivered some hits. And again, he's not very big. He's about 5'11". He's built pretty well.
196 listed. He sees 200.
Solid player, a solid body on him, but still, your quarterback a lot of times doesn't like to do that. And there's what I like, Bob. Quarterback sneak on 3rd and 1.
3rd and inches. It's going to be close, I think. They're not going to give it to him. They do. And a first down for Selinsgrove. So 3 straight runs to come out here for the Seals. Let's see if Libby goes back to the air game.
Again, their game plan was a run between the tackles, Bob, and that's what they did here to start the 3rd quarter. Again, no panic by Coach Hicks to start this second half, down 2 touchdowns.
They get it out, swing pass, trying to hit Showers, and the defense is right there to converge on him.
Yeah, well played that time by Krieger. for the Braves. Trying to set up the little hitch pattern or bubble screen. Depends, I guess, what era you live in. But it's all the same, and actually might have lost a yard on the play.
Difference tonight so far, Chris, I think, are special teams. Coach Hitz talked about that.
Yeah, that was one of his keys to the game. And so far, I think Selinsgrove is losing that battle. There's the wheel route.
Libby over the middle, in and out of the hands. Inch, I should say, caught it. Bounced it off and pulled it in. So the senior gives the Seals a first down.
He was one of our players to watch here, and that's actually his first catch, Bob, and it's going to be important they get him involved in the offense. Actually went right off his face mask, so he stuck with it. Give him credit. He's got to catch that cleanly the first time.
12-yard gain. Seals sending 5. Caught by Krieger again, coming from the left side of the defense. Chris, you can see what the Shikellamy defensive coordinators trying to do, put pressure on Libby, coming from all different parts. Here comes 6. They pick it up. Incomplete. Nyland had it for a second, then lost it. So that brings up 3rd down and long.
Yeah, that was the right call too, Bob. The coaching staff for Shikellamy wanted a fumble, but he never had possession. So 3rd and long coming up for Selinsgrove. How big would this be for Shikellamy to get the ball back? Up 2 touchdowns.
Four wideouts. 3 to the right side of Libby. Lyles almost had him. Libby looking. Another drop ball.
Yeah, that was Inch again, and Coach Hicks can't be happy with that. Libby did a good job to extend the play, waited for a receiver to open up. Inch did the right thing. He got to the sidelines where his quarterback was running, and oh boy, got to catch that.
Second punt opportunity. Last time, Libby barely got it away. Oh, bat snap again. This one rolls to Libby and somehow gets it out for your catch by Krieger. Or I should say, Hollenbach. Dodge, yep.
That was Dodge. Yeah, how about Libby? He has to handle the punt over, snap over his head. This one took about 6 bounces to him, and got to work on the long snapping there and give Logan a little bit of easier time with these punts. And it was a pretty good punt considering. Oh boy, Shikellamy has a great chance here on this drive, Bob, to put some distance between them and the Seals with 8:20 left in the 3rd quarter. They can go up 3 scores. It's going to make it really tough on Selinsgrove. And like I say, they're out of the game. This is an important drive defensively for the Seals.
Well, the Seals passed the test on the first play from scrimmage of the half for Shikellamy, as there'll be a 3-yard loss.
Yeah, nowhere to go for Tilford. That was a run blitz that time by the Seals, so they're being a little more aggressive here. Loss of 3 yards. So good defensive play to start this defensive series for Selinsgrove.
Van Zyl in there on the tackle. Not much running room for Tilford. Barely back to the original line of scrimmage. 3rd and long facing the Braves.
Yeah, he kind of gets back that 3 yards he lost. But one thing I think we're going to see from Shikellamy more in this half, and we're seeing it here in the first 2 plays, is running the football, ball control, trying to get some of that clock to tick off. A little too early to kind of turtle it here, Bob, you know, but at the same time, oh boy.
Oh, that's a big one. Picked off by Croman. Tilford makes the tackle, but it'll be first and goal. Selinsgrove for the 5. Intercepted by the senior Hunter Croman.
Wow, that's such a big play in this game. Again, he's looking for Lucas Tilford, but the linebacker coming over, and that's the second pick thrown by Gabe Tilford tonight. And why it hurts even more, Bob, in your own territory, the nice return by Croman as well, and that gives you a first and goal. And what, do we have a penalty marker?
Yeah, but
I don't think it's going to negate the interception, but it could push Selinsgrove back on the play.
I did not see the call. I see the flag now, and it's going to be marked off from the 13. Selinsgrove retains possession.
They had 6 penalties for 40 yards in the first half, Bob, and this one...
This is a big one.
Well, it's big from the standpoint they were knocking on the door to score a touchdown. Now it's going to make it a little more difficult, but still, it doesn't matter at this point. Croman with the big interception. They're in good shape here field position-wise, even with the penalty.
Libby back on. Over 1,000 yards out of the season, and Selinsgrove starts at the 28. To Khan. Khan up to the 20. Selinsgrove committed to get at least a running game established from their running back, Joe Khan, the junior. Selinsgrove inside the Plaza House Furniture red zone. Shikellamy bringing the run blitz. Khan dives forward, short of a first down.
Yeah, he gets a yard that time. They're running out of the pistol, but see, you have that luxury, Bob, when you have 8 yards on first down. So even though he only gets a yard here, you're still in a nice, manageable situation. And my guess, 4 down territory, down 2 scores for the Seals.
Two tight end set. Libby gets the block. First and goal, Selinsgrove. Logan Libby with a huge run.
Well, a little bit different philosophy that time. They don't put him on behind center on a short yardage situation. That's a little hop right there. That kind of gets him to the outside, steps out of a would-be tackler's hands, and then gets down inside the 5-yard line, and actually down inside the 10-yard line, and it'll be first and goal. So the penalty doesn't hurt them as they're right back where they started from after the turnover.
12-yard gain for Libby. There's a flag thrown. I think this is going to go against Shikellamy as the referee pointed.
Sideline warning.
To the coaches. I believe this is the second of the game.
Was the first one on Shikellamy or was it on Selinsgrove?
I think it was on Shikellamy before in the first half, but they don't give him, they don't penalize the Braves at all.
Next time they will.
Libby looking. Has his tight end. Touchdown Selinsgrove as Anthony Dressler gets into the Plaza House Furniture end zone.
Nice play call by the Seals. Shikellamy on a first and goal, look and run here. They run the pistol, play action. The tight end bumps, releases, gets out in the flat, and the linebacker can't get over there. Bingham's just a little too late, and an easy 6 that time. So the turnover by Shikellamy gets Selinsgrove right back in this football game.
Close on for the extra point. Low snap, but it gets down, and it is good. So Close comes on twice tonight, makes the extra point. So that makes the score 22-14. And Aaron Dugan back on the sidelines with the guest. Aaron.
Hey Bob, here with another special guest. This is Lieutenant Colonel Joe Walsh. You are the Senior Army Instructor for the ROTC of Shikellamy. I was worried about getting that all in.
You got it right, you got it right.
So tell me what you do with that organization.
Well, our whole mission in life is to motivate young kids to become better than what they think they can be. So preparing them for life after high school. So we get them and we teach them the citizenship skills, how to balance things in their lives, respect, and we go through college financial planning. And ideally when they graduate, they're not worried about what they're doing. They've got a plan already, and they're set for the, I call it like the bird out of the nest. Once they get 18, they get to 12th grade, time to fly the coop, and they're ready to take that flight.
Nice, and I know you do a lot here at the school. You've been back in the concession stand all night, working all night. Talk about what you do here.
Well, my wife says I overcommit myself, but that's all right. It's for the kids. I also run I'm the class advisor for 2019, and so I run the concession stand for this year. So all the money we make today and the home games all goes towards the junior class.
That's great. Keep up the hard work. Bring me some food, will you?
Absolutely. Well, you got to come by. You're busy.
Thank you.
Free food.
Back to you, Bob.
What? Free food? I think our crew will be there. So close, still a live ball, and it goes out of bounds. A flag will come in. So now the pressure back onto the Shikellamy side. Chris, 8-point lead.
Yeah, we mentioned that last drive was important for Selinsgrove to get a stop. Not only do they get a stop, they get the turnover, they get the good field position and cash in on that. Now you're right. Now the pressure's on Shikellamy because Selinsgrove has the momentum. They can get the ball back here. They have a chance to possibly tie the game. Again, Shikellamy scores on that last drive, 3-touchdown game. Maybe Selinsgrove doesn't have enough to come back, but right now we're back to this is anybody's football game.
Absolutely. 5:17 remaining in the third quarter. So Tilford and company come back onto the field. If Shikellamy want to keep it on the ground, you love to get some first downs by running the ball. Gabe up for one.
So Tilford goes with some misdirection here, but Selinsgrove, that other side, that weak side, not fooled. Good tackle by Kahn for the Seals. And Shikellamy needs a big play here. They get a first down, move the chains, try to get some of this momentum back.
That's tipped at the line of scrimmage. And knocked down goes incomplete. Chris, time now for our W&L Subaru trivia. I'll preface it with this. Selinsgrove has won 14 District 4 AAA championships. 14, most in the district. Shikellamy snuck in. What year and who did they beat? We'll have that answer. Couple plays. Big third down and long. Tilford just looking to run it. Powers through, and he's going to be a half yard short. He had to get to the 45. He got to the 44 and a half.
Great effort by Tilford, but he's going to come up a little short. And you got a player down as well, but watch the effort here. First contact doesn't go down. Guys are trying to come in, strip the football. Just couldn't get that extra half yard. And I think if Coach Tilford he'll get a little break here with the injury timeout. Looks like a cramp by one of the Selinsgrove players, and get a chance to talk it over with his players.
Hottest, most humid, really game of the season so far.
Yeah, we've had almost perfect weather every Friday night. Cool, and even August, it was cool on the Friday nights that we were playing here in Pennsylvania, but tonight's a little bit different.
Okay, our W&L Subaru trivia question. What year did Shikellamy win their only District 4 AAA title? Who did they beat? Any guesses, Chris? Without cheating, I have the answer in front of me.
I do not have.
Okay. How about 2010?
All right.
And who did they beat, of course?
Selinsgrove. I could have guessed that part.
I know you could have.
Those guys in the trucker can't trick me with those things because they make it make sense, Bob.
So it was a first down. Shikellamy keeping this drive going. All kinds of movement up front. Let's see who this is going to be called against, as Selinsgrove was really crowding the line of scrimmage. Kevin McNamara and the District 4 crew tonight.
False start, offense, 5-yard penalty, first down.
Someone moved on the Braves. Backs them up.
I was surprised he got the first down, Bob. I thought you were right. I thought he was a little short, but give Tilford credit. He gave it all the effort. So first down for effort, maybe.
Or they're going to need effort if they want to pull out this win. Ball's out. Herring. Inch picks it up. No flags. Touchdown. Selinsgrove.
So Inch, who dropped some balls in this game, comes up with a fumble recovery by Jermez Herring. Herring's first carry of the game. Let's see who knocks it out there. Actually, he's just trying to make an effort, trying to get back to, big hit there. And his knee was never down, Bob. He was laying on top of the defender, and a perfect bounce right up to Inch. Great defense by the Seals, and they are a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up.
Turnovers have hurt both teams tonight.
Let's see what they do here. They're going to go for 2.
Libby stays on the field for the 2-point conversion, which would tie the game. And they're going to have to call timeout. So plenty of time now. We can look at that play again. I think it was Bainey, 68, who might have got the big hit on Herring. And then Inch was right there as Selinsgrove takes a Sunbury Motors timeout. Here's the play again.
Good penetration.
Here comes 68.
Yeah. Definitely ball was out. Joe Kahn was the first one to get in there early in the play, forced the play back in, and then you see Inch pick it up at about the 23-yard line. And he goes into the end zone for the touchdown, and a huge swing in this game after the opening kickoff run back by Shikellamy.
2 turnovers.
Yeah, Selinsgrove's answered with their defense.
We've had 5 turnovers in the game, correct, Chris? 3 from Shikellamy now, and 2 interceptions from Selinsgrove. On Selinsgrove, I should say. They've led to some numerous scores, I think, on each play, too.
Yeah, both teams have taken advantage of the turnovers, which, listen, if you can force all the turnovers if you want. If you don't take them and make them into some kind of points, it's just another stat.
So Libby on for the 2-point conversion. He'll keep it.
I don't think he got it.
I don't think he got it. The conversion falls short. And Selinsgrove, though, has scored 13 unanswered. They trail by 2 now as we head to break. Close with the kick. Lucas Tilford takes it from his 10. He's got some running room. Special teams playing a huge part for the Braves tonight. He's up near the 38.
Well, all this happening to Shikellamy, they still have the lead, Bob. So if you're Coach Tilford, you got to look at it from that standpoint. Forget about the mistakes they just made, the 2 turnovers. They still have a 2-point lead. They got to concentrate on getting their offense going again. If you think about it, they haven't scored a touchdown since those first 2 drives. They scored back-to-back, 6 points, getting 6 points on each one, and obviously got the lead. The field goal before halftime was a scoring drive, but they have to start putting some drives together again as we have an injury timeout here.
We have a Shikellamy player down, and as we mentioned, hot and humid tonight. A lot of cramping going on. Really the hottest that it's been in the first 3 weeks. Let's take a look at some Heartland Conference standings. from WNL Subaru.
Of course, Jersey Shore is the defending district champions, Bob, and Shikellamy and Selinsgrove chasing that 4A title this year. Those will be the three contenders, with Selinsgrove being the favorite, I would imagine, but don't count out.
Well, don't call it Shikellamy tonight. I mean, they're leading.
And Jersey Shore as well. So.
Jersey Shore not playing as well as they have in the last couple of years, defending district champions. So that's very top heavy. And those first three schools, I should say, are all 4A district players. Didn't get a number on who's banged up. They're getting cramps out there. Looked like Folk is down. Some District 4 scores, Chris. How about Danville bouncing back if they're struggling in the first 3 weeks? They're leading Milton 61-10, as expected. Southern Columbia winning 25-0. Folk walks off very gingerly, so that's going to be a tough loss now. Maybe that's why they went to Herring on that play. Folk with the cramps. So he comes wobbling off a little bit. Get him some Gatorade and some water. But he's going to be lost. Some movement again up front.
Shikellamy got to get their composure back here, Bob. Making a lot of mistakes here in the second half, and penalties aren't going to help them. See Coach Tilford not happy with the way things have gone here those last 10 minutes of this game.
No, it opened up with such excitement in that third quarter as Folk took it down the sidelines for a touchdown. Opening kickoff of the second half, but since then, been all Seals. Tilford up past the 40.
Got the penalty yardage back and more. Getting some misdirection. They run Lucas Tilford in motion here. Fake the handoff. The read by Gabe Tilford. He read it exactly the way you're supposed to, and gain of 9 yards on the play.
Get the play from the sidelines. Again, a wing T offense last couple of years for Coach Tilford goes to the spread offense this season. Tilford with 2 interceptions, going to lay it up for Lyle. And it is knocked away. Good coverage down there from Swineford, the junior.
That's great defense by Swineford. And just had Lyles blanketed here. You can see he turns his hips, runs with him. Ball hangs up for a little bit. Gets that hand up at the last second to knock the ball away. Good defense for Selinsgrove, and that'll bring up a third down.
Big third down. Don't want Logan Libby to get the ball back. Tilford under pressure. Has a first down. Gabe Tilford doing what he does best, running the ball. Inside now Seals territory.
That's when it's nice to have your quarterback be a former running back. I mean, this was not a planned run. This was Tilford looking downfield, trying to get receiver open, but the early pressure by Selinsgrove forces him to make a decision. He steps up and decides, I'm just going to tuck the ball in. I need 6 yards, and he got plenty more and moves the chains for the Braves.
Back got 13. So keeps the clock, stops the clock as he went out of bounds. 2:44 left in the third. Another planned sneak, quarterback draw. 5 yards, he'll take that in every play.
Tilford's been a warrior here in the third quarter, but I got to be honest with you, Bob, Shikellany's got to get some other people involved in the offense, especially with Joey Folk out now with the cramps. Somebody else has to step up because eventually Gabe Tilford, as good a football player is, he's going to start running out of gas a little bit. Don't forget, he plays both ways, special teams. Again, somebody else has to make some plays. He's still making them at this point, but I'm talking when we get into the fourth quarter.
Tilford off a fake. About 3 yards short of a first down. Right, if he cramps up, then what do? You know, you can go to Kronkowski as your quarterback, but who's going to run the ball? Lucas Tilford really hasn't touched it that much since that big play in the second quarter. Darrell Lyles has the big touchdown through the air. Big rush. Over the middle, and he had Krieger wide open. Pressure put on up the middle by Inch.
He had him. He just overthrew the pass this time. And
Sheasley was putting the pressure on him, and fourth down now on the way.
I'm surprised here. I'm surprised he's putting the football away, Bob. The ball at the 37-yard line, only a fourth and, I guess, a long 2.
Yeah, about 3 on the scoreboard. So the punter comes on.
I thought they might go for it here. Now you're going to give Libby the ball back and a chance to take the lead.
Tilford is the punter.
We're going to get a timeout by Selinsgrove, and special teams. Again, this is the second timeout they've had to call on special teams plays. The extra point attempt, correct?
Yep. They have 1 timeout left in the game
see
now.
If that comes back and hurts them a little bit.
So back to the Pennsylvania Heartland Conference standings, courtesy of W&L Subaru, Division II. Of course, Southern Columbia now with a big 44-0 lead over Hughesville. Danville with the big lead over Milton. And we'll have Danville and Southern Columbia later on in the season, but, you know, very competitive division right there.
Southern Columbia ranked number 1 in our state rankings at the Pennsylvania Football News. They were preseason ranked number 1, of course, getting to the state championship game last year, only to fall to a very good Steel Valley team. And yeah, we had Danville ranked as well. They're ranked in 3A, although they, you mentioned, Bob, first 3 games have not been impressive for the Ironmen, but hey, 3 wins.
But Mount Carmel played Southern very tough last week.
They did. They did.
Of course, they did beat Shikellamy 31-14 in week number 2. After the timeout, Tilford on to punt, trying to play the field position battle.
I wonder if he called the timeout there, Bob. He's worried maybe a little bit about a fake. So you want to make sure his team is doing the right things here. And there is the fake.
They fake it, and Tilford can't make the play. Oh, and a late hit on the quarterback behind the line of scrimmage. Thrown by the referee as Tilford was whacked out of bounds by Dressler.
Not a good penalty by Dressler, and that's going to extend the drive for Shikellamy, I believe.
Penalties have hurt Selinsgrove tonight. Let's see if we can see it.
Well, they give Coach Hicks credit. He called it. He called that timeout because he was worried about the fake. If you watch, they only rushed like 3 guys, Bob. Everybody else stayed back to watch for the fake, and it didn't work, but the penalty does work. And another special teams issue for the Seals. They have not done well, and that's been a key part of this game. And Shikillamy's drive will continue now, 1st and 10, as they'll put the ball at the 21-yard line.
The drive keeps going, the clock keeps moving. Braves up 2. Tilford, couple yards.
Here's the thing about this game at this point, with coming up in a minute remaining, Bob, here in the 3rd quarter. Selinsgrove knows who's getting the football. Every single play. It's been Tilford, and he's still getting yardage. So give credit to his offensive line and give credit to him, because right now he's gotten it out, Bob. He is fighting for every yard he can get.
They're going to lay it up to Lyles again. This worked before, and this one is knocked away. Again, good defense by Swineford down there.
It's been a good battle all night, and Lyles actually kind of had to become the defensive back on this play. Swineford once again in good good position to make the play, and Now it's a 3rd down once again for the Braves.
Clock is stopped. It's a big 3rd down if you're the Seals. Want to get that ball back. Again, Tilfer looking for a block. Makes a move. Up near the 15, short of a 1st down. So 4th down on the way for Shikellamy. And they'll probably run the clock out to end the 3rd quarter.
This will give Coach Tilford a chance to talk about it with his staff, decide what they're going to do here on 4th down.
So as expected, these River rivals going head-to-head, and it comes down to the 4th quarter. Shikellamy leads 22-20 as quarter number 3 comes to an end. Welcome back to Shikellamy Stadium in Sunbury. Ready for the 4th quarter here between the Braves and the Seals. And here's a reverse to Lucas Tilford, and he's got running room. Tilford gets a block. Touchdown, Shikellamy. Lucas Tilford with another Plaza House Furniture touchdown for the Braves.
How about this razzle-dazzle? They take Craig Koski and put him back in at quarterback, hand the ball to Gabe Tilford. Of course, Selinsgrove, that's who they're looking for. Then he flips it to his brother on the reverse, Lucas Tilford. Boy, I've been impressed with Lucas Tilford in the open field, Bob. Look at the tackles, making people miss, and that's the 2nd time we've seen him fight for the end zone and get in, and big extra point here. And they can't get it.
Nope, Cooper's extra point.
That keeps it a 1-score game.
Falls short, Chris. Yep, it is 28-20. Selinsgrove with a touchdown, 2-point conversion could tie it up, but the Braves march down, helped by 2 big penalties, including that one on the hit out of bounds would catch the drive, kept the drive going. And Lucas Tilford completes the 62-yard drive, Chris, with a 23-yard scamper.
And it's kind of like the Braves have weathered the storm, Bob. You know, that sequence with the 2 turnovers turning into touchdowns, one with a defensive score. And, you know, the Shikellamy kids could have kind of lowered their heads and felt bad, sorry for themselves, but, you know, they fought back. I've been very impressed with Gabe Tilford's effort tonight. I mean, he's been a warrior out there. We called him in the pregame show. He's a football player. You're definitely seeing that tonight. But still, full quarter to go here, and Selinsgrove just down a score. I think we're going to see this one come down to the very end. And it's been a fun football game through 3 quarters.
Cooper gets his whole leg into that. It will come back out to the 20. So 10-play, 64-yard drive. Gabe Tilford, 2 incomplete passes, so we had all runs in that one, Chris, and they get a touchdown. Here's what's facing the Seals the rest of the season. Hey, they head to Berwick next week. That should be a good test between the Dogs and the Seals.
Big rivalry.
And then another tough one against Jersey Shore, so 3 tough games in a row for Selinsgrove. The 2 at the end that aren't going to be that easy either, with Mount Carmel and Southern Columbia. Okay, so Logan Libby back into the game. He's down by 8 to his rivals. Kahn for a hard-fought 3 yards. I'd like to see Selinsgrove go to the air a little bit more on 1st down. Couldn't get the block there.
And if you're Selinsgrove right now, you just got, again, stick to the game plan. You're down 1 score. I mean, you're going to have to score twice, theoretically, on this drive, if you can get the score, and then you have to get the 2-point conversion, which I always say is another score. But there's no panic here. There's too much time left in this game. You stick with what you're good at. I think we'll see that on this drive.
Libby over the middle. Has Showers at the 50.
Great job by the offensive line that time for Selinsgrove. They gave Libby plenty of time to wait till Showers broke open in the middle of the field. Watch the quick release once he sees him, Bob. There you see his eyes. He sees him, puts it over the top. Nice job by Showers to run away from the defender. Huge gain on the play into Shikellamy territory. Call it a gain of about 28 on the play. And Selinsgrove's got the offense moving.
Of course, Ricky Cope out with an injury. He's their second leading receiver, and Shikellamy done a good job on their leading receiver tonight, Jared Inch, keeping him down. But Nyland and Showers have done a nice job. Kahn up for a couple. Thought we had a shaken up Selinsgrove player, but the center's Ziders gets back up. There's Coach Hicks, third season here, 22-6. The record was the defensive coordinator when the Seals won the state championship in AAA in 2009. Play action. Nyland, great over-the-shoulder catch, and the Seals are in business inside the Plaza House red zone.
That's Nyland's first catch of the second half. He was Libby's favorite target in the first half, 5 receptions. This time he goes over the top, beats the defender. That time Hunter Dodge, and the Seals are really doing a good job in the passing game on this drive. Big game.
Quick play offense, 29 yards on that. Seals down 8. Libby threw up past the 15.
And a planned running play that time for Libby. A little bit of a different look. Didn't really get a good snap that time. He kind of had to lean to his left and come back to his right.
He may be nearing the 100-yard mark on the ground.
Shikellamy did a good job, though, making sure he didn't go too far. Gain of about 3.
So Libby surveying. Out into the flat, finds his tight end, Dressler. First down, first and goal, Selinsgrove.
Libby does such a good job of spreading the ball around the field. Again, the tight end just coming out, releases cleanly that time, gets out to the flat. The secondary can't get there, and Selinsgrove kind of got their mojo back here, Bob, with their offense. This is the best drive they've had since that first half.
Under 9 to play in the game. Give it to Croman. He's flipped over, but he's up to the 3.
Interesting they go to Croman.
Yeah.
That's only his 4th carry of the season, Bob, and don't know if Joe Kahn is struggling, maybe with some health issues as well, and minimal gain that time is against Shikellamy defense getting the job done. Coming in Mason Devert for the Braves. 2nd and goal.
Libby underneath center. Kahn to the outside. He'll get in. Selinsgrove touchdown, but a flag comes down. That might be holding.
Should be an interesting call. All the way on the far side. There wasn't really anybody out there unless he just didn't throw the flag at where the player was that committed the infraction. And it is against the Seals. Wow, big call there.
Penalties an issue for Selinsgrove.
Not sure
where
it was.
Well, takes a score off the board. Back Selinsgrove up now. Let's see, past the 10 to the 11. 2nd down on the way. penalties have hurt Selinsgrove tonight.
Yeah, they call that a spot foul with holding, so it's 10 yards back from where the foul was committed.
I formation. Don't see that much. Libby to Kahn. Touchdown, Selinsgrove. An 11-yard pass play to Kahn, and he's in for a Plaza House touchdown for the Seals.
So Kahn gets his touchdown anyway, just gets it through the air. And Libby, that's his first touchdown pass of the night, right, Bob?
Yep.
And it comes at a good time, again, with a chance for the Seals, if they can get the 2 here, we'll have a brand new ball game with 7:56 remaining here in the 4th.
Kahn looked a little banged up after that. They'll go for 2. Libby back on. Incomplete. Good defense on the outside to trying to get it to Nyland, and it goes into complete. So the score goes for 70 yards, and the Seals trail by 2. So Selinsgrove with a squib kick, and it's taken down and recovered by Krieger. So Shikellamy's offense back on, and it's been a tough offseason for the Braves. And to explain why, let's go down to Aaron.
Well, Bob, someone definitely on the minds of the Shikellamy sports community tonight, Thaddeus Davis. He was an assistant coach at Lewisburg High School, and he was about to join Coach Tilford in the Braves this year. Davis passed away tragically over the summer after making a huge impact in a short time with the community, so definitely feeling the loss. Everyone who knew him said he was just a wonderful, passionate man with a great mind for football, so a huge loss for the community, Bob.
This will be a big win in honor of Coach Davis. So on the first play from the line of scrimmage, the Braves lose a yard, and it looks like the Seals now know what's coming, Chris. They're going to just bring everyone up on the offense. There you see Joey Folk back into the game. Let's see if they get him included now.
Yeah, Folk had that big kickoff return, but we haven't seen him much since then. Again, cramps have influenced this game. Players with cramps and not been able to go 100%.
Here comes the pressure. Tilford's pass over the head of Lyles stops the clock, 3rd and long.
Yeah, this offense, it's reminiscent, and I'm going to date myself here, Bob, of something that used to be called the single wing, where the running back just kind of stood in the backfield and did everything. That's what this is more like. Obviously, it was called the Wildcat more recently.
Yep.
It's a little bit of a phase in the NFL and college. It's kind of gone away again, but I know it's the spread offense on paper, but the way it's being run tonight, Tilford has just done everything for the Braves.
Tilford, pressure from behind. He's taken down for a sack.
Dressler.
And Anthony Dressler comes in from the outside. His 2nd sack of the season, and it's a big one.
Yeah, they're just sending people to go get Tilford now, and he's been avoiding the defense pretty well. But you see, he got past the tackle that time, and Dressler just chased him down. Big sack on the play, and that'll be forced. The Braves will be forced to punt the football away.
So Tilford back to punt. Seals should get very good field position out of this. High snap, no pressure, here it comes. Tilford gets it away. And he does a good job at that. It goes out of bounds at the 45. Ooh, special teams a big factor tonight, Chris.
Yeah, no doubt. I've always been a proponent, Bob, of sending pressure for that very reason. You're in high school. The long snapper has problems at times. And, you know, if they have pressure on that play, you know, Shikellamy in big trouble, but it gave him some time at least to get the ball away. But still, Seals going to start with great field position here at the 45-yard line, and they have a chance to take it in here and take the lead back.
Selinsgrove's defense gets the ball back for this high-powered offense that averaged 40 points coming into this game. They give it to Khan. Couple spins and a couple yards. Chris, kind of surprised they went to the I formation again.
Yeah, I mean, they've shown different looks tonight. The spread underneath center for Libby this time bounces off one would-be tackler. That's good penetration, though, by Shikellamy.
Munoz has been doing a nice job tonight up front.
I mean, Khan just could never get going on the play. And actually ends up gaining a yard, but that's it.
So Libby back. Looking for inch downfield, threw it out of bounds.
He had plenty of time for Libby. Just good coverage by Shikellamy. And they're going to need at least one more stop here on third down, try to force the Seals into a punt situation.
Here comes the blitz. Seals goes, picks it up. Libby trying to get downfield to hit Kerstetter, overthrew him, fourth down on the way.
Yeah, you got to punt the ball away here. Play some field position if you're Selinsgrove. Still plenty of time left, 5:15. But don't forget, Bob, Seals took 2 timeouts, both on special teams plays, an extra point and a punt return. The punt return actually ended up being a smart one because they were worried about the fake, and Shikellamy did fake the play.
But they got the personal foul call.
Right. But here now, don't forget about this long snapper here for Selinsgrove, and he gets a good one. This time, and Libby drops it. Oh, boy. They're going to say it was partially blocked, so they ran into the kicker. But it's no penalty. The Selinsgrove coaching staff wants a running into the kicker call, but the referee was right there, Bob. He said it was tipped. So if you touch the ball, you can hit the kicker. And Shikellamy will get the ball back. Now it's up to the Braves here to run some clock and maintain this lead, maybe even get a score to put this game away.
So Todd Tilford's team has a tough task next week. After this, they'll take on Williamsport, a 6A team in District 4. They played them tough last year, but they'll have to head up to Millionaire Country. Then they take on Shamokin. Jersey Shore lightens up a little bit towards the end of the season. So Gabe Tilford back on. His team up by 2. 5:06 remaining in the game. Little jet sweep to Lucas Tilford. Gain of 9.
A little surprised they haven't given the ball more to Lucas tonight. I mean, the plays he's made. The one thing about him right now, Bob, is you see he gets a good sprint on here. And make sure he switches that ball to the outside arm, though. But nonetheless, a good run on first down. And he's got fresh legs, too. Don't forget, he's not run the ball. I think that's maybe his 3rd carry of the game. And those fresh legs can be very valuable in the 4th quarter.
Of course, he was injured all of last season. He's just a junior.
Shikellamy will take their time now. Again, we got a play clock here. So they can know exactly how much they have to wind it down to take off as much time off the clock.
Folk cuts it back, has a first down, and he's inside Selinsgrove territory.
Selinsgrove's in some trouble here, Bob. I'm seeing some tired defenders on that side of the ball, and Shikellamy getting a much better push. This is a nice run by Folk, though, too. Cuts it back into the hole, gets into Selinsgrove territory with a first down, so this will wind some more clock. We'll go under 4 minutes when this ball is snapped.
Put up the signs. Get the play. Clock continues to roll. They didn't get it off.
You don't want to do that.
Nope.
Yes, you want to bleed the clock down as much as possible, but you don't want to take the 5-yard penalty.
Well, it stops the clock and backs you up 5. You need first downs now. You want this win.
Delay.
So that's an interesting twist now. They back them up 5. And you know Shikellamy's not going to go to the air.
The clock stopped with 3:45 remaining, so now they don't have to take their time. They can just run their play.
Folk up for 5.
Gets the penalty yardage back. And back into Selinsgrove territory. Seals will be able, or the Braves will be able to run this down at this play to about 3 minutes, Bob, and then.
Of course, Joey Folk opened up the third quarter with a huge kickoff return for a touchdown. But Selinsgrove has come back. Make this one interesting. Tilford out big hole. He's got a first down and more. Gabe Tilford with the run of the night.
What a run here. 19 yards when Shikellamy needed it most. And again, up front, the Braves offensive line has taken control on this drive. And now, Shikellamy could maybe put this game away with maybe another first down or two, Bob. Those timeouts Selinsgrove had to use earlier in the half could come back and haunt them.
Tilford up to the 25. Clock on the side of the Braves.
Even if you have to give the ball up here eventually on this after this drive, Bob, you're not going to leave Selinsgrove with a lot of time, and you're going to have them pinned back in their own territory, which means Logan Leiby's going to have to go 65, 70 yards. Yeah, you see
the minion and the
King of Spades.
King of Spades.
And everybody's wondering out there, what does that mean? I can't even tell you.
Nope.
The kids can tell you, though. They know what it means. They're going to have to let them run one more play here before they use that last time out, Bob. They'll have to use it on third down.
So you would think Selinsgrove may get the ball back.
Well, they got to get a stop here, then stop the clock, and then we'll see what Schick does with the fourth down play. But first you need to stop on third down. I'll tell you what, if I'm Shikellamy, I would not hesitate to throw the football here, Bob. You say, well, if it's incomplete, it stops the clock. Well, they're going to stop the clock anyway with their timeout. You get a first down here.
You don't want them to save his timeout, though.
Right.
You want them to
well,
use it.
Again, but you could put the game away here, too, with a first down.
Folk.
Great play. Great play defensively for Selinsgrove, who will use their last timeout. It was actually
Sheasley?
Yeah, he got in there first.
Van Zyl.
Van Zyl got in there first. Forced the play outside. So there's the last timeout, minute 4 remaining. They lost a yard on the play. And Selinsgrove got what they needed as far as the stop on third down. Now here's basically the game.
So it's a Sunbury Motors timeout. Last one of the night for Selinsgrove. Boy, would they want their other two back. For the My TV crew, here's our schedule. Back up to the Lackawanna Football Conference next week for a game at Valley View. than North Pocono. And then we'll be back here in the Heartland Conference, Danville and Southern Columbia in a Pac 2 contest, October 13th. And that should be a dandy if Danville gets things rolling like they are tonight.
Well, here we go. Shikellamy gets a first down. The game is over. Selinsgrove gets a stop. They still have a chance.
They're going to throw. They're going to go up for Lyle. See what happens. It falls. Well, it's intercepted. Right into the hands of Kahn with blockers. Kahn down the sidelines. Out of bounds inside Braves territory. Oh my.
I was almost going to say just knock it down because you'll have better field position. But that's a great return. Little tip drill here, well covered. Not a bad play call by Selinsgrove. Went right off the foot of one of the players. And unlike kickoffs, Bob, in high school, if you're in the end zone, they blow it down. And not in interceptions. They can do what they want. You see a little posse there. Nice job by the Schick players, though, to not let him go the distance. Who was that, number 4? Joey Folk getting in there. But with 47 seconds left, a short field now for Selinsgrove.
Oh, what a set of circumstances have happened to Selinsgrove. This is the way a rivalry game should happen. Libby all day to throw. Someone's got to come back to him. Libby with room. Gets a block. Knocked out of bounds at the 23.
Yeah, that'll stop the clock with 35 seconds left. What a play by Libby. His legs have been magic all night. Outstanding job by the offensive line. Tons of time, great coverage by Shikellamy, and finally Libby made the decision. Watch the acceleration here, Bob. Finally, he's still looking at this point, kind of directing, gets around the corner, beats one guy, and watch the speed. Watch how he accelerates and gets down the sidelines. What an amazing play by Libby.
Over the middle, is it intercepted? They say it is. Kerstetter with the biggest play of the night.
It's Krankowski.
Krankowski
with the interception. Libby's 3rd pick of the night. And Shikellamy is going to beat the number 8 ranked team in the state here in our rivalry game tonight. What a great football game.
Here we go again. Krankowski.
Yeah, just a great defensive play.
First interception of the season.
And they're going to mark the ball at the 3-yard line here, Bob. So smart timeout by Coach Tilford. Obviously, all you have to do is take a knee, but you want to make sure you take the knee on this side of the goal
yes,
line.
if you go inside.
Right. Listen, people are saying, that can never happen. You know what? You have a timeout, you make sure. Make sure your kids understand the situation. Make sure you have it exactly the way you want it. You're a kneel down away from the 2nd straight win in the regular season Heartland Conference schedule for Shikellamy over Selinsgrove in a classic football game here on my TV.
Yeah, one of the better ones between these two teams. Selinsgrove, the favorite coming in, but Todd Tilford put the game plan together to stop his brother-in-law. Of course, Coach Hicks talked about making a game plan to stop his 2 nephews. I don't think he did it. Gabe and Lucas had a great night. Gabe takes a knee, and that will do it. So Joey Folk and company, as the student section will rush the field as they get a huge win over the rivals after losing to them in the playoffs last season. Chris, you can't ask for a better game than that.
No, hard-fought game by both teams. Selinsgrove has nothing to hang their head about. I mean, they played a hard game. They came back. They had a chance there at the end. And really, though, Bob, special teams was the difference in this game, I thought. I really did. And Shikellamy won that battle. If you look at extra points, it's a 2-point game. Extra points mean a lot. The field goal, and then the turnovers, obviously, were huge as well on both sides. Both teams took advantage of the turnovers. Of course, that last one was the biggest one as it ended the game. But listen, very good chance these two teams will meet again. So, you know, Selinsgrove knows that. They just have to get on with their season, and I'm sure they want another shot at the Braves. But right now, Shikellamy king.
And it doesn't get any easier for both teams next week. Shikellamy goes to Williamsport. Selinsgrove goes to Berwick. So 2 teams out of the Wyoming Valley Conference. It'd be nice if these 2 teams met in the District 4 for a final. Aaron Dugan's trying to grab our players of the game. Gabe Tilford and Tate Krinkowski, who had the big interception and at one point was the starting quarterback coming into the season, at least on paper, coming out of last year. So let's go down to Aaron now with our players of the game, brought to you by Plaza House Furniture. Aaron.
We'll talk with our players of the game. Tate, we'll start with you. Take me through that interception. What did you see and what did you feel on that play?
Honestly, I'm still at a little bit of a loss for words right now. It's probably one of my best plays, but I just saw Libby drop back for pass, and I knew he was going to try and hit it deep with time ticking away, so I just had to make a play.
When you talk about taking on a quarterback like that with so much experience, what goes into just giving him so much pressure?
Lots and lots of reps. We just have to get it right in practice and hope he comes with a little bit less than what he's capable of, and we can get the dub.
Talk to me about the atmosphere here tonight. Your student section going crazy for you all night. How much did that help you?
That was probably a deciding factor, I'd say. That's the biggest it's been all season. So it's pretty awesome to see the students come out.
All right, big win, big win. Good job.
Thank you.
All right, we'll move on to our next player of the game, Gabe Tilford. Talk to me about the offense on the ground, in the air. You guys were just executing plays all over the place.
Oh, we know Selinsgrove, they got good defensive line. I really think our offensive line really stepped up this week for sure. We had a good, solid week of practice and just carried over until Friday.
How happy are you for your buddy Tate getting that big interception?
Oh, that was a huge play. Oh, man, I'm also words. Yeah, just a great play. He read it perfectly. Libby's an excellent pass thrower and stuff, and our D-backs really just stepped up today and made plays when they had to be.
Big defensive plays, you know, stopping that 2-point conversion, lots of interceptions. Your defense, they really came to play.
Oh, yeah. We came with a chip on our shoulder this week. You know, we knew Selinsgrove's such a good team, and I'm sure we'll see them later. So.
All right, great job.
Thank you.
All right, back to you guys.
So this win goes to the Tilford family over the rivals on the other side and the Hick family. Can't ask for a better game when it comes to this river rivalry, and Shikellamy pulls out a 2-point victory over their rivals in what will go down one of the best games ever in this series. Chris, one final thought?
Yeah, I like the fact there were so many storylines about this game. It wasn't just one player. Just great stories, the field goal, the turnovers, the missed extra points, the penalties. It was just a complete football game, and some great individual efforts, but most important, some great team effort on both sides. Listen, Selinsgrove will be back for another day.
Yep.
They'll have to regroup. It's going to be a tough loss for them, but they know if they keep steady the ship, they might get another shot at Shikellamy. Shikellamy right now can celebrate, but they'll have more work to do. I'm sure Sunday.
And they'll take home the trophy again in the regular season. Our next game on MyTV, Abington Heights takes on Valley View in Lackawanna Football Conference action the next Friday right here on MyTV at 7 o'clock. So a great one here in Sunbury, and it goes to the Braves over the Seals. And for the entire crew, Aaron Dugan, Chris Kaharski, this is Bob Ide saying so long.
This is Friday Night Rivals on MyTV WQMY.